Kia ora. Looking at today's satellite image, we see this large low-pressure system drifting down towards us from the tropics, and that is what is going to be influencing our weather in the next few days. So this weather system, the first thing to note about it is that it is a two-pronged weather system. It's bringing both heavy rain as well as strong winds, both of which currently have some watches and warnings in place. So starting with the heavy rain, at this point, Northland seems to get it first. We're expecting that from early Wednesday and continuing there forward. And then that extends down to other parts of the North Island. In the coming days, more areas may be added, so do keep an eye on the website with regards to that. Additionally, strong winds are expected, and similarly up north is where we're expecting those strong winds first, and quite strong winds. We could see wind speeds in the region of about 120 to 140 kilometers per hour. Now for Northland, that is very strong, especially wind directions from the northeast. So in the coming days, and especially before the weather system arrives, if possible, do take some time to prepare, clearing out those gutters, tying down any loose items ahead of the weather system. But more information is available on MetService.com. Additionally, we have some high sea conditions, so heavy swell conditions are expected, and with those strong winds generating wind waves on top of that, the combined waves in the next coming days, especially up north, could be something to watch. So keep an eye on the MetService Marine page with regards to that. Back to today, however, we currently have this going on, a little bit of cloud and some showers out east. Down in the South Island, some cloud and some drizzle patches down there as well. But of course, it is hard to not look at what is happening up north, especially the latter part of tonight and overnight into Wednesday morning. That is when we start to see that heavy rain coming onto Northland. That orange warning starts at 3 a.m. So quite a wet night expected out there. But for everybody else, we just see these showers and even some clearer spots for some places. So looking at the temperatures overnight, I'd like to draw your attention up north, Whangarei, about 18 degrees tonight under all of that cloud. Down south in Chicago, only 2 degrees. That just shows the magnitude of the difference between the two. And elsewhere is somewhere in between 12 degrees in the capital and mid-teens in the eastern North Island. Now, looking ahead to Wednesday, we really see the difference. Up north, it is all about that low pressure system, that rain, those strong winds, all that cloud. Whereas down south, it's all about this high pressure system, setting up a difference between the eastern and western South Island. But let's take a closer look island by island, starting with the North Island. The morning on Wednesday is when we're expecting the heaviest of that rain. During the latter part of the day, it does start to ease away. So Northland quite wet, even Auckland, some rain expected, but then that starts to ease during the latter part of the day, picking up once again in the evening. Elsewhere in the east, it is another cloudy day, so more showers expected or even occasional rain, whereas other areas could see some clouds drifting through during the day and then some clearer patches. But of course, not to be forgotten is that wind. In terms of the wind, we are expecting it to ramp up during the second half of the day up north, with those wind speeds really picking up during the evening. Then looking at the temperatures, still fairly average for this time of year, a little bit warmer up north, but not all that warm, just in the low 20s, whereas elsewhere we are in the teens, only 16 degrees in Wellington. But look at those overnight temperatures into Thursday morning, mid-teens all around, so quite warm nights expected in the coming days. Down in the South Island, it is that east-west split where a cloudy day is expected in the east, maybe even some showers for parts of Marlborough and North Canterbury and inland Canterbury as well. Whereas elsewhere in the west, a much clearer story, maybe some high cloud in places, and down south, maybe a little bit of low cloud or fog in the valleys to start off with, but that clears away to nice sunny skies. Temperature-wise, it is still pretty chilly. Temperatures along the east only in the mid-teens, and even down south fairly similar. And inland, look at that, 10 degrees for inland Canterbury. However, those overnight temperatures into the next morning also in the double digits for some places. Next is Thursday. Now we need to talk about Thursday. This is where we see that low pressure system drift closer to us, extending those bands of heavy rain and strong winds over the top part of the North Island, clearing away behind the main band, but that rain and those winds extending across the North Island. And of course, ahead of the long weekend, there'll be a lot of traveling happening on Thursday. So if you are traveling on Thursday, do definitely keep a close eye on the forecast, as with those winds, travel could be disrupted. As we head into Friday, those rain bands continue to move across. The important thing to note is that over the coming days, there'll be periods of rain, possibly heavy rain, but there'll also be drier slots in between. And we see for the North Island, once that other rain band has moved through, things actually clear away. But for the top of the South Island, that's where we're seeing some wet weather in the coming days. That was a lot of information. More information is available on MetService.com. But for now, that's all I have for you.